Go. The lights on. Back at the blue. Sorry, scratched. It's okay. Alright, so this is the hypothetical case. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. So much is happening in this case. Like, President Hunt is kind of somewhat liking his own calling. And then Brother Jones, his calling is just not going the way that President Hunt thought it would go. Sister Jones is subbing for him, basically, or maybe even take over his own calling.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the students are just. Yeah, and the students are just wanting to go to the other class because that's a cool teacher and they don't want to be with Brother Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? And there's also.
President Hunt doesn't know what to do.
But yeah, he doesn't know what to do. It almost seems like Sister Jones is scared too, to like tell Brother Jones, to guide him to be at his best in his calling, the best he can be. Well, I do know for one thing, President Hunt shouldn't take the easy way out.
What do you mean by that?
He shouldn't just have Brother Jones be another calling, because that's what we humans tend to do. From what I remember from the Divine Love essay, is that it was talking about how we need to go through hard times and tribulation in order to find joy.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we don't have those sad times, and we don't gain experience, we don't have a challenge to work with. It's just easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if we wouldn't have agency, we would be under Satan's plan. We would just whoop, then we're done. Came back. Everyone's back. Yay! Hooray! Yeah. So you shouldn't. Yeah, Brother Hunt shouldn't take. No, President Hunt shouldn't take the easy way out. But I also remember that he should talk to him as a friend, because they were friends before they had their callings. And then, well, yeah, what do you think?
Like, from these experiences, we can learn from them. And like you were saying about divine love, without trials, you can't get joy, and you won't know what joy is unless you go through that hard times.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. So if Brother Jones doesn't go through this, then he won't know how to move on to better things.
Yeah. Maybe this is a chance for him to strengthen his own testimony and faith, and to truly learn from what he's learning about in order to teach the children.
Yeah. Because I feel like he doesn't know how to teach him as well as he could.
Yeah. I think another thing President Hunt should or could do, what I remember from the essay, is that he could also like slowly help him and like give him pointers on how to teach the class better. But like not, because I remember from the case that he would just like go to the classes there and like try and help the students, but this wasn't really working out. So he would just give him some pointers, but just let him do his own thing. I was also thinking that maybe Sister Jones could sometimes like bake sweets to have Brother Jones bring to the class, and like kind of just make it more engaging for the students, because they're like in the middle age of teenagerhood
Mhm.
where they're still kind of pre-teeny and they're still like
Yeah.
they need interaction and razzle dazzle and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like Brother Jones has given up too soon,
yeah,
and he's not doing his best.
yeah, he has.
And
I
Sister
think-
Jones is like giving up on Brother Jones because she's just substituting with him for him and not like pushing him to do his best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember from the essay too. It's don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta push through it.
Right.
That
You know how
mechanism
that-
doesn't work on this chair, but yeah. Okay, so do you want to be Brother Hunt? I mean, why do I say President Hunt
I don't know.
or Brother Jones?
Whatever works for you.
I'm good with either.
Me too.
I'll be Brother Hunt. I mean Brother Jones.
I'll be Brother Jones. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Brother Jones. How's that teaching going? I noticed that your wife has kind of filled in for you a couple of times.
Yeah, I don't know if it's right calling for me. I mean, it's just like so discouraged. I don't even know if I'm getting through to my children, students I'm teaching, and I'm trying, and they just keep on become so bored, and they just keep on leaving to the older class. I don't know what to do.
Well, do you ever think that your way of teaching isn't perfect or isn't the best way to teach your younger audience?
I thought my teaching was fine.
Fine for who? Fine for adults or fine for children?
I guess I could change it up a bit and make it better for children. I never thought about that before.
Mm-hmm. A lot of times it's hard for them to stay concentrated on something if it's boring or if it's not as interactive.
Well, how would you make it more interactive?
I don't know, like do an activity in the classroom or something. Do something that they can like work on together instead of just talking to them for an hour.
Okay, so like team building exercises
Yeah.
and stuff like that, big games then.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Sister Jones can bake some sweets for winners. Just give them all to them.
That would be good sometimes, just not all the time, because then they'll be expecting it. So
Okay. So rare times. Okay.
would you like any other?
How is your calling going?
It's good. It's not about me, it's about you.
We're on friendly term here.
Well, it's hard to think about everybody and how they're doing and making sure that they're taken care of.
True.
So I'm making sure that you're taken care of as well.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I don't know what else to say. I think we've covered everything.
I don't know.
What would happen? Well, what should I do if I changed my ways, made it more engaging and interactive for my students,
Mm-hmm.
but they still tend to want to leave to go to the older class?
Well, the reason why they wanted to leave for the older class in the beginning was because of the way you taught. So if you
Okay, so
changed it,
change the way. Okay.
so if you change it up sometimes, making sure it's still centered around the gospel teachings in it should be good.
Do you think you can like show me some pointers on how to make it more kid friendly instead of adultish?
Probably.
Okay.
Lesson for next time, right?
Yeah. And cut.
Okay.
All right. So the historical case.
Yes. The India problem.
Yeah,
right?
the India problem of like Britain.
Yeah,
China.
they don't want Britain control anymore.
Yeah,
so they're
India
trying to
didn't
get it out.
want Britain to be. India didn't want to be controlled by Britain, and Britain was trying to control India. It was just bad all around. Yeah, imperialism.
Right.
Even we Americans have it.
And he's the main guy or whatever. I don't
I
know.
think it was like
his
his
name. The M.
Yeah,
M
M.
name.
Colonel M. You just call him Colonel M.
I don't think. Anyways, he was trying to set up a petition, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't have like 2 years to do it, and he ended up doing it in 9 months.
6. I think it was like 6 months. 6 or 9 months. It was pretty fast. I was just like, whoa, why so fast?
Yeah,
What was he trying to accomplish? That he can like finish something? And
he was just trying to prove his
seniority.
ability. Yeah.
Ability and seniority, basically.
Didn't he like want to rise up or whatever?
I think he did want to rise up in rank.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he was like,
He wanted
boom.
to show him people
Like,
how
if
good
you give
he
me
is.
2 years, I'm doing this amount.
Great. I'm not even in.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
I'm not invisible.
I'm talking to a ghost.
But yeah, so in the historical case that the students wrote, they're talking about how it might have been better if he waited a little bit longer instead of rushing to put together this partition and setting it out.
Yeah, because you could have saved like so many lives.
Mm-hmm.
All those lives lost. So how are we supposed to do this one? This story, this role play.
Mm-hmm.
One of us could be Colonel M, and the other one could be the time traveler.
Okay.
I'll be Colonel M.
Okay.
Unless you want to be the time traveler. I mean, unless you want to be unless you want to be Colonel M.
I'll be time traveler.
Okay. All right, you ready?
No, I guess.
Well,
Well,
I guess.
what what kind of points should we point out before we start talking about?
We can't talk about what we know about it. So we'd have to tell them. You have to tell me to reconsider trying to execute the partition in such short amount of time. Really have it in like an intentional mind and really think things through before you decide. And I don't know what else. What do you think?
Maybe like instead of thinking about your rise in ranks, think about the people and how they would take it.
Yeah. And maybe ask them like, where would you put all of those religious people, like the Muslims in India
And the Hindus
and the Hindus? Where are you gonna relocate them?
Yeah. Why were he's trying to
I don't remember why he's
relocate them?
Then they're trying to. The Hindus and the Muslims are relocating because they didn't want to be under British Empire.
Oh,
It's dumb.
okay.
Okay. Good.
Things are good to do this.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead, you can start. Just kidding.
I don't know.
So, you've been thinking about separating India from British power, right?
That's right.
What are you trying to do?
Well,
How are you trying to accomplish that? I mean,
well, you see, my superiorities, they gave me 2 years.
don't talk like that.
Sorry. I wanted to talk in a British accent just because. Okay. So my superiors wanted me to execute this petition in 2 years, but I'm planning on doing it in 6 months.
Why?
Well, I'm kind of stuck being in this rank that I'm in right now, and maybe if I execute a petition faster, then maybe they will see how good I execute it, and I can move up in the ranks.
But did you ever think doing something so drastic, like having such a drastic change, how would it affect the people that you're wanting to lead in the future?
Well, I think that it would seem that I am a fast thinker and I could think quick on my feet, and that's good for the war.
Mm-hmm. Is that all you have to say for that?
Yeah, that's
comment?
all you say.
Okay. But if you think about it, let me see. Think of something. I don't know what to say. Give me a second.
Okay.
If you think about it, if people do end up going to war because of this, don't you think that you would be the cause and they wouldn't want you to lead them because of that?
Well, maybe, but it's a 50-50 chance, and who would really care about the Hindus anyways? And the Muslims.
Well, what if your family was Hindu or your family was Muslim and they ended up dying because of that? Because of, let's say, you switch places and somebody else did that to you, how would you feel?
I would feel mad.
Mm-hmm. So instead of trying to hurry up and put a rough partition together, take some more time to think it through before you make a final decision.
At least do a year.
Okay, I guess that's better than 6 months. Or that's better than 6 months.
I think that's it.
Done? Okay.
Okay. Cool.